Chapter 8. The Core. Engaging your internal muscles improves posture. I found that yoga instructors are very adamant about engaging your core. The core is your lower abdomen and hips. There's a lot of action that takes place here, and being strong in your core is very important. In most yoga poses, being strong in your core helps being able to hold some of your poses. The core helps you twist, stand up, and lift your legs. And of course, it is crucial to engage your core while walking. Most yoga instructors will want you to engage your core while doing certain poses like chair and warrior pose. But the next step is focusing on your core with your inner legs at the same time. When walking, this action of engaging your core happens when your legs are apart, like taking a walking stride or when doing the yoga warrior pose. Most of the time, bad posture starts with our bodies getting tired and we slump down into ourselves and slouch. Sometimes while driving in the morning, I move my rear view mirror up, and then by evening, I must move it down because I have shrunk through the day. By engaging your core, you are helping to strengthen the inner muscle groups that hold you upright. I have noticed that there is a space between your hips and lower abdomen. I have noticed that my torso will slump into my hips. This in turn will bow my hip sockets out, and my legs turn out, and then I am walking on the outer edges on my feet. So if I am strong in my core while engaging my inner legs, my torso lifts up, my feet become flat to the ground, and I also notice my ankles have less pressure on them, and it feels like I've lost 20 pounds. When we are off balance and have bad posture, our ankles and feet must make up for the imbalance. So when you improve your posture, you will feel less pressure on your feet and ankles. Those that have ankle pain will want to pay special attention to this detail, as it is likely your bad posture is creating your pain. When we are in a bad posture and not engaging our core, we are not standing on our bones. So our muscles must make up the difference. Muscles do not like doing the job of bones. If the muscles have to do the skeletal work due to bad posture, the muscles become very hard. I call this bone tight, because your muscles become so tight they feel as hard as a bone. Accessing your core does take some practice. It is a difficult concept to get at first. In yoga class, I heard the instructor talk about the core for years, and for the longest time, I had no idea what they were talking about. It is hard to notice because it is not a muscle group that can be flexed and be seen. When you're about to access step point 3, when stepping from step point 2 to 3, this is also the point we talked about earlier about gripping the ground. This is the point to engage the core of your inner hips and abdomen. When your leg is moving behind you, that is when you are flexing your inner leg and your core at the same time. Utilizing this technique will help push your shoulders and your head back into the right alignment. And as you do this, begin to lengthen your spine. Feel the gaps in between your vertebrae, feel the gaps between all your joints, and push yourself up with this action. This will give you a stronger, upright posture.